discussion about how the public can, going forward, have increased information about NSA's compliance program.
Let's go into that discussion because both of you have raised concerns that the media reports about the government surveillance program has been incomplete, inaccurate, misleading, or some combination of that. But I worry that we're still getting inaccurate and incomplete statements from the administration. For example, we've heard over and over again the assertion that 54 terrorist plots were thwarted by the use of Section 215 and or Section 702 authorities. That's plainly wrong. But we still get it in the letters to members of Congress, we get it in statements. These weren't all plots and they weren't all thwarted. The American people are getting left with an inaccurate impression of the effectiveness of NSA programs. Would you agree that the 54 cases that keep getting cited by the administration were not all plots? And of the 54, only 13 had some nexus to the U.S. Would you agree with that, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. In our last hearing, Deputy Director Inglis' testimony stated that there's only really one example, a case where, but for the use of Section 250 in bulk phone records collection, terrorist activity was stopped. Mr. Inglis, right?
He's right. I believe he said two, Chairman. I may have that wrong, but I think he said two. And I would like to point out that it could only have applied in 13 of the cases because of the 54 terrorist plots or events, only 13 occurred in the U.S. Business record FISA was only used in 12.
I understand that, but what I worry about is that some of the statements that all is well, and we have these overstatements of what's going on. We're talking about massive collection. We're told we have to do that to protect us. And then statistics are rolled out. If they're not accurate, it doesn't help the credibility here in the Congress, doesn't help the credibility with this chairman, and doesn't help with the credibility with the country. And both of you feel free to answer this next one. The past weekend, imagine that New York Times article. When I read that, I see them reporting that for the past several years, the NSA has been analyzing social networks, including those of Americans, using communications metadata, as well as location information, tax records, voter registration, records, and more. Like many of us who have access to classified briefings, we sometimes find we get far more in the newspaper, and we get a crossword puzzle too, but we get more in the newspapers than we do in the classified briefings that you give us.